Get ready, two-stroke fans. You gotta love that sound. You gotta love that smell. And you have found the largest two-stroke motorcycle rally in the United States. We've got so many classics to see, and they will take on a very treacherous piece of land. 318 curves in 11 miles. Smell it. Get a whiff. Oh, yeah. Woo! Smells good. That's right, two-stroke lovers. There are no museum pieces here. These are legitimate riders, a fine group of individuals keeping a bygone era alive. We've got so many bikes to see, many of them total customs.
Hey, we love having these guys every year because they kill every mosquito within 100 square miles all week. So
you won't need off insect repellent with custom builds like this. It is a thing of beauty. H2s, RGs, RZs. Oh no, what are you? Are you destroying the environment?
yes, I am.
Oh my goodness, he's doing it proudly. We don't want to offend anybody. Grab that throttle. Very special year. This year is the 25th annual two-stroke bike week. What do we have here? Is it the legendary H2 750? We must be back at two-stroke bike week. We got a lot to see. Let's go. It is a great spot for sure.
Wants everybody to load up, mount up. We're going for the ride. 10 minutes.
Yes.
Ride or stay here and do nothing and eat grits. See ya.
That's right, guys. We're back here at Deals Gap Motorcycle Resort at the Dragon. 318 curves in just 11 miles. But this week, it's all about a salute to a bygone era. The beloved two-stroke. Hear it, smell it, taste it. Nothing like it. And we got a lot to see this year. Let's kickstart these babies and go. That's right, if you love two-strokes, stay with us all throughout this video because we're gonna see some classics. RZs, RDs, RGs, H2s, water buffaloes, and do me a favor, if you have ever owned a two-stroke, if you love two-strokes, if you ever had an experience on a two-stroke, I want you to drop that down below in the comments. Tell us all about it. What is your favorite two-stroke and why? Which bikes have you owned? And how cool is it that this fine group of individuals are keeping two-stroke street bikes alive? This is always one of our favorite stops of the year. We've got so much to see. Now guys, if you follow this channel, you know we love arguably the most collectible and beloved two-stroke of all time, the 1972 H2 750 Widowmaker. You're a man after my own heart. We got an original H2 and a Pro Street H2, and this H2 street bike looks like, I'm looking at it trying to figure out what's reproduction. It looks pretty dang original.
It is.
Tell me about this thing.
It's got some repop stuff like the shocks and the forks and the brake and you know, that's for safety.
Okay.
But everything else is where it came from the factory. I've just cleaned it up, painted it, restored everything. Crankshaft, pistons, you know, went through the whole thing. I painted it, and that's one of my babies.
Now, when you say paint, did you repaint the tank, or is that original?
I repainted the whole motorcycle.
Okay.
You know, the candy, you know, 3 or 4 stage, whatever it was, candy colored, as close to the proper colors I could get it. Rick Brett stickers and that sort of stuff.
Very cool. It is beautiful. It is a piece of history. Now, next to it, looks like something we would see at the drag strip almost, the Pro Street Hot Rod. How did that come about?
Well, I used to road race, and I had a lot of spare parts left over from road racing and GSX cars. And I had the bike and for a little while, and I said, well, it's going to be less expensive for me to just put all the custom stuff on it. So I did, and it handles well. It runs good. It's a 12-year-old build, and I just really enjoy it.
I love it. Last question is, how did these H2s handle the Dragon?
This one right here handles it phenomenally because of the suspension and
Really?
the massive brakes on it.
Very
I drag
interesting.
pipes with it and that sort of stuff. These guys were
Can I jump
watching
in? He
spots.
let me ride them both.
Yeah, he was.
It handles, it brakes well, it's smooth, nice bike.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, thank you so much
Yes,
for
sir.
showing us. You
Thank
come a
you.
long way for this. So
Yeah.
you got to tell. We got to keep getting people to come to this year after year too.
I'll be back next year. This is
love
my
it.
first time up here.
Thank you for showing me. Love the
Yes,
H2s.
sir.
Are semis allowed on this?
They're absolutely not. No vehicle over 30 feet is allowed on the Dragon because it's so tight. Anything over 30 feet can't navigate these corners.
What kind of ignition's that?
Lakeland Services. Jim Hobbs used to do those, but he doesn't do them anymore.
Well, David, I know you got him on a trailer, about ready to get out of here. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask, is it too late to hear these babies come to life?
Well, I'll try to crack one.
Oh, here we go, here we go.
Move something out of the way here.
Look at these beautiful Kawasaki H2 750 Widowmakers, one Pro Street Style, the other one bone stock.
Let's pull it out.
And they have both carved the Dragon, and guess what? This fine gentleman's gonna let us hear a little two-stroke music. Let's hear that sweet throttle. Man, that sounds great. That sounds great. It's just staggering how the value of these motorcycles have increased. In fact, most of these bikes could be had for under $1,000 when they were brand new. Boy, we're a far cry from that. Collectability is through the roof, and that is why I find it even more respectable, even more admirable that these guys go out and ride them. You know what we say? Don't hide them, ride them. Sure, they could tuck them away and polish them and drain the gas and clean them, but what fun is that? Go enjoy them, go do what they were made to do, carve up the Dragon. We're just getting started with this tour. I hope you're loving it. Again, drop your favorite two-stroke down below in the comments, your favorite story. We still got a whole lot to see, two-stroke lovers. I really hope you can join us one day for this event. It is a ton of fun. It is a great group of guys, and it is certainly an exceptional group of motorcycles as these fearless men get ready to take on 318 curves and 11 miles. What a beautiful day for it. Look at all these great two-strokes. Even some old vintage four-strokes in there as well. They're all welcome. Gotta love it. Old school music. We're here, two-stroke bike week. Absolutely loving it, guys. A lot of people out on a ride right now, and we got much more coming. We got many, many more beautiful motorcycles to see. Long live the two-strokes.
And I'm here with my friend from Tupelo, Dave, who builds most of my bikes. He put this little 250 together for me, carbs, brakes, tune-up, whatnot, showed me how to do the points and timing. Then in the middle of it's a Suzuki TS 185 twin, electric start, cool little bike. And then on the other side's a RD 350 that's juiced up to about 57 horsepower. It's got the Spec 2 pipes, and it screams. I did some good wheelies the last few days right up the hill. And yeah, Dave spoils me. He let me ride his two H2s, and boy, that 250 zips around the turn.
Yeah,
let me tell
lightweight,
you.
huh?
Yes, sir.
Handles well too, don't they?
It does.
Very cool.
It's a 73, so it's got a front drum brake, but they work adequate when you drop a gear around the turn.
Well, Johnny, I love coming here and talking to you, and you just embody the passion that really represents this event. Coming all the way from Louisiana, 5 bikes, you've been here all week. How important is this event and special is this to the two-stroke community?
It's a lot of fellowship, a lot of gearheads. Like yesterday, I kid you not, 7 guys were working on my RD, diagnosing a spark issue. and it was just so cool, you know. I'm so glad I brought it because it wasn't quite up to par when I loaded it up. And just hanging out, chilling, you know, we're a dying breed, so to speak, almost literally. And we like to keep the smoke rolling.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for being here and thank you for showing us.
Thank
These
you
are
for
awesome
coming.
motorcycles.
All right, God bless you. If I may say, that's wheelie scuff marks from my pants. I kid you not.
Here's proof he's the wheelie king. He's got scuff marks there from his pants.
I'm not the king.
Well,
I'm just kind of...
hey, as long as you're keeping it on, one wheel's better than no wheels. So
Yes,
there you
indeed,
go.
brother.
Good job.
Thank you. Every time I ride it, I get scuff marks.
Yeah, he's been doing some wheelies. And a big nod to Johnny, because 5 two-strokes, 1 truck, 1 trailer. Nice work. Now, most of these guys are here all week. Some of them plan their years, their vacations around it. You can see in the background, there are rooms right here at Deals Gap Motorcycle Resort. Those are coveted. If you can't get a room there, many just stay nearby. And along with riding, there's a lot of barbecuing. There's a lot of wrenching, as they mentioned. They'll actually fix bikes up and maybe bend a few elbows as well. There's the H2 as well, but is there a bike that is more collectible than the H2? I'm going to ask you that question in just a moment, and I'd like your thoughts down below, because the H2 750 is so collectible among others, but is the Suzuki RG 500 Gamma perhaps the most expensive collectible two-stroke ever, more collectible than the H2 750? We've got more motorcycles to see. Stay with us. This tour is just getting started. How much A to B commuter traffic would you say you get on a regular basis compared to the amount of vacationers and enthusiasts here?
Yeah, so I think maybe a little bit more than you might think, because you know, that's one of the ways that the Dragon has been kind of left alone, if you will, for the years, because this was back in the day was the only way from Western North Carolina to East Tennessee for trade and traffic. And so this was the only way through the gap, because if you look at it on a map, the only ways around are Asheville and Cherryhala Skyway, which is not really a viable route. So the Dragon, even as curvy as it is, was still the most efficient way to get from Western North Carolina to East Tennessee.
If you've ever ridden the Dragon, I want your thoughts down below. Now back to this bike. Is it the most collectible two-stroke of all time? Now, I mentioned perhaps the H2 is the most collectible, so what's its rival? What is perhaps even more collectible? How about the RG Gamma? Never offered in the United States, guys. You had to get one through Canada or overseas, and here's one right here, ready to go. Here it comes, guys. Piece of history. 1986 Suzuki RG 500 Gamma. Sounds good. It smells even better. It looks like a race bike. It sounds like a race bike. Many say it's the best performing two-stroke street bike ever, and it's rare. Remember, the EPA was really clamping down and tightening up restrictions in the United States, so this bike could not be sold in the USA. There's not many of them out there, and they go for huge money at Mecum as well. How cool is that? If you've ever ridden one, I want to hear about it. I also want to hear your opinion on what is the most collectible two-stroke ever, the Gamma, the H2, or something else. Joseph, always love seeing you, no matter where you're at, no matter if it's here, no matter if you're smoking up Main Street at Daytona. I love it. I got a big question for you. We're talking about collectability. And many, including myself, think the H2 750 is probably the most collectible ever, but not far behind, or maybe even a leader in some people's mind, is the RG. Where would you place the two?
Well, it's an elite group of people that run the 500s. The 500s are a different class between the triples and the 500s. The 500s are a four-cylinder two-stroke, a little bit more exotic, a little bit more expensive, harder to get. But the H2s are right there too. I mean, I've got 4 of them, so I mean, I can't complain either or. But anyways, the RG is one of the most collectible of the 4 cylinders. If you can get a Honda NSR 500, you're really doing good. This is the next best thing. Handles, power, it's right there. I mean, once you get on it, you'll love it. If you have the opportunity to buy one, jump on it.
Oh, they're hard to find.
Yeah,
That's the problem. I mean, drying up quickly. So I'll put you on the spot here, $1 million question. If you could pick just one, H2 or RG 500, which one are you taking?
I'd go with the RG all day long, yeah.
Due to the handling that you talked?
They handle, the performance, the technology, even though it's old technology today, but still it's there.
Well, it's a decade newer. How's the power compare even though it's 250 cc's down?
The power is incredible, and if you were nose to nose on a straightaway, this thing would probably catch up and pass it.
Challenge is on.
Oh, yeah.
Challenge is on. Guys, the H2 is collectible. So is the RG. And guys, here's what I really love about this event. We talk about how rare, valuable, and collectible these bikes are. The RG, the H2. I see a lot of them in my travels, but typically I see them at museums. We don't see them here on one of the most challenging pieces of road in the world, the Dragon. You don't believe me that's challenging? Take a look at that tree. These guys are awesome because they're going for it. Yeah, you think he's babying this RG? Take a look at his tire. He's running it out all the way to the edge. These guys are veterans and they're great riders. And as evidenced by this collection of parts, you got to be on your A game when you come here. It's a whole lot of fun, but it is also a great challenge. And make sure you do hit subscribe because we have a video coming that will give you tips to stay safe on the Dragon. It's a whole lot of fun. You just need a lot of common sense. And take a look. They go on multiple rides that leave here from Deals Gap Motorcycle Resort. And yes, those are Harleys. There's some baggers. All bikes welcome here at all different times. It is a destination for so many. Let's give you a look at the Dragon. So much fun, a ton of sweepers and sharp corners. You will have a blast on a motorcycle, especially a classic Kawasaki H2 750. Speaking of the H2, I found another one. Jay, all the way from New Hampshire on one of the most classic bikes ever, and it's cold, and we're gonna try to start it. We're thinking 2 kicks?
I'm thinking 2.
All right. So here's the question. These 2 strokes can be a little temperamental. This is raw. It has not been started all day. How many kicks are you predicting, sir?
I predict.
He is predicting
2.
2 for 2 strokes.
It's cold, right?
It needs 2 kicks. Cold?
Yeah, no, but I wouldn't do that if it was.
Okay, that's right. I can vouch. Oh yeah, it's bone cold. Here we go.
I know.
He says 2 kicks. This is the legendary 72 H2 750. It's okay, you got one more. That's our, oh, there we go. I counted 2. Smells great. Let's hear that sweet throttle. other than the exhaust, obviously. The exhaust, I see shocks. Motor is what I was focusing on. I see you still got the air box on there and the air boots.
Correct.
All stock motor?
I've never been in the motor.
Never been in the motor, okay.
Bought it off of eBay.
Bought it off of eBay. What type of exhaust system do we have?
ProFlow.
ProFlow, and it looks like aftermarket rear shocks.
Correct.
All right. What else is custom on this bike or aftermarket here?
That's about it, really.
Okay. What a beautiful motorcycle. Piece of history, the Widowmaker. How would you describe what it's like to ride the Widowmaker?
This particular one is very fast. Very fast in the dragon.
I bet.
Yeah.
In the drag. I mean, these bikes were known for ill handling, and you got one of the most challenging pieces of road in the world. Now, Jay Leno said that he felt like the myth was worse than reality.
I would
You
say
agree?
I agree.
Okay.
And
Maybe they got a bad rap.
but I didn't realize that until I came here. I didn't, you know. So, and I've had one of these since I was 17 years old.
Beautiful bike. Absolutely love it, guys. Take a look. I want one someday. If you've ever ridden one, we want to hear about it. Affectionately or not so affectionately dubbed the Widowmaker, because back in '72, if you didn't know what you were doing and that power band kicked in, it might slide you right off this bench seat. But it is an awesome motorcycle. Thank you so much for showing us here at Deals Gap. I appreciate it. What did you say?
I said it's your turn to ride.
You
it.
want me to ride this?
Sure.
Okay. How much escrow do I need to leave you?
None.
Should I leave you with my wallet, my truck?
I trust you.
I don't know if I trust myself though. It's crazy. This is the gas is on.
Yes.
I have never started a 1972 H2 750 Widowmaker. In fact, I don't even think I've ever sat on one because I'm always so afraid. These are the bikes that are worth so much money. One went for $42,000 this year at Miko. That being said, do you need my wallet? There's not much money in my wallet, but all right. Let's see if we can start this baby up. Good Lord, man. Amazing. This is it. This is the Widowmaker.
Shouldn't need choke.
Shouldn't need choke. Man, I can feel the power between my legs already. What's that? It's not yours. This is so cool. I would like to put a helmet on and try it out to see what it does. I'm gonna take it up and down this road real quick. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. That's first gear. I'll tell you, this thing is a beast and a half, and I love it. And that was first gear, okay? So if I go any further at all, I need leather and helmet. This thing is awesome, though. Thank you so much. Absolutely love it. What an awesome bike. Thank you. Thank you, Judd. I appreciate it. Yeah, seriously. We are cheating a little bit with upgraded brakes. Did you say ZX6 brakes?
EX500.
EX500.
Right, yep.
EX500 brakes over here. Well, guys, that was a rush. Loved it. Like I said, just putted it. I'd love to put on a leather and a helmet and really feel it out. Something I did not know about these bikes either. 5 up, neutrals all the way down. It's not 1 down, 4 up. It is 1 down, 4 up on the S series, the S1, the S2, the S3, but on the H2, 5 up. Something else you have to do that I learned when you kick this bike, you have to lift the foot peg. It's just the way Kawasaki manufactured it, and then of course you put the foot peg back down to ride it. But every time you kick it, gotta lift that foot peg. For you youngsters out there, yeah, no starter button, no electric start back in these days. You used to have to earn your ride, which is not a big problem here because if they're running right, if they're tuned right, they're really easy to start, and this one was very easy. That was so much fun. Thank you again, Jay, for trusting me with your motorcycle. What a blast. I've ridden an S2 before. My dad has one, but never an H2. If you've ever ridden a triple, let me know about it down below. And how about this event? This is so awesome. What a group of enthusiasts. And this is why they are attracting visitors from all over the world. Sir, are you from England originally?
I am.
You're the man.
Yes.
What's
Yes,
your
I
name?
am. I'm Gary.
Nice to meet you.
And you, bud?
And how did you find out about this event?
Actually, on your YouTube channel. I see you here last year, and they said it's the 25th next year. I'm like, I gotta go see that.
All right, so I'm doing my small part to keep this growing, but it's all because of these great guys. Now, I saw you salivating just a moment ago because
Yeah.
I think you like this one behind us, this RG here, don't you?
yeah.
How about that RG?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Awesome,
That's pretty sweet, my friend.
Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. You're the man. Whoa, what do we have over here? Even four strokes welcome, all motorcycles welcome, and oh no!
There's my 2 strokes.
Oh, get well soon, my friend. Get well. I'm glad you're here either way.
Thank you. I'm getting there.
Is this great riding weather or what, guys? Yes. Sounds good and smells good too, doesn't it?
The music and the perfume.
It truly is gorgeous up here. If you love the mountains, if you love the woods, if you love nature, you need to come soak up some of these picturesque surroundings. I'll tell you what else is beautiful. I spotted some Yamahas over here. Let's check out these custom RDs. Is that Yamaha? I want to hear that beauty a little bit. What a beautiful bike. Let's hear that sweet throttle a little bit. Sounds good. We got the old school Yamaha gang over here. You guys have a good time up there?
Oh yeah.
Can't beat that, huh? This is the third year I've come to this event and I absolutely love it. And here's another reason why. You never know what you're gonna see. There's always something new. Never seen these bikes before. They stand out in the crowd. Old school Yamaha RDs that are far from stock. Dare I even say some Frankensteins. Let's find out more. Wow, this thing is beautiful. Well, Ronnie, I spotted this RD. I love it, but I could tell we got some stuff going on. We got some modifications. Where do we begin? What have you done to this? First off, what do you call it?
Well, I call it a street tracker. They look like a flat track bike, but they're street legal. This one's made out of a Yamaha R5 frame, which is pre-RD 350. It's got RD 400 motor on it. It's got RD 400 wheels. It's got R6 Yamaha front and rear brakes on it. Of course, custom seat, street tracker seat. That's pretty much about it. It does have a DT 250 gas tank that has been modified and had a little weld done to it to make it work on this frame, and of course custom paint job too.
You did all these modifications yourself?
No sir, I didn't do all these. Another guy did.
All right, well you were the test pilot though,
Yes,
right?
oh yeah, we love it. We're building some more too.
Well, I think a lot of people are going to want them. How did it perform on the Dragon, the ultimate test?
It's awesome. It pulls really hard.
Oh,
a lot of fun.
A beautiful motorcycle, and of course the $1 million question is, can I hear it?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's hear this RD 400 street tracker. You guys ready to hear some music? One of a kind bike right here. Sounds healthy for a 400.
Thank you.
Wow. How much horsepower would you guess?
Don't know.
Woo. What's the power band like?
It's pretty awesome. Get on with it.
That little kid is like, what are you guys so excited about? Yeah, we go a little crazy. We go a little nutty for two-strokes. I'm sure if you love them like I do, you can relate, which is why we want your stories down below in the comments. Now, something we have not talked about, the Dragon is a little more treacherous this year because there's a paving project going on. We'll talk more about that in a future video, but I want to show you this other RD right next to the one we just saw. Always good to see my man Bill Defendall. I think I remember you from way back in the Pro Star days. And here's what's cool. I spotted your bike. I say, oh, look at that stock livery. At first glance, when you're flying by, I thought, oh, maybe a stock 1975 RD 350. No. There is not much stock about this other than the livery. Tell me what you've done to it. I don't know where we begin.
Different rear end, different swing arm, an FCR 600 front end with full floating brakes. Hydraulic rear brakes, race ported motor, race gas ported motor, 32 mil smooth bores.
How many hours do you think you got in this thing, into the build?
There's no telling. Probably took a year and a half to build it.
So I think I already know the answer to this question because you're drag racers. Drag racers, we can't leave anything alone. We love to modify it. But some would say, why touch a classic bike? Why make that many modifications to a bike that's so valuable? How would you respond to that?
I've got a stock 74, and that was for
me. So more than one bike. There we go. How much would you say your modifications improved the handling?
Oh, tremendous. Yeah, it's fun to ride now.
I bet.
It's fun to ride. It's got modern brakes and suspension and an old style bike.
Well, your good buddy over here, he's a tough act to follow. He made some sweet Yamaha music. You think you can match him?
Probably. I might be okay.
Okay, he's very humble. I don't know if that's maybe that Tennessee vibe, as in I'm going to kick his butt, but we're going to find out. 1975 Yamaha RD 350, tons of modifications. The livery stock, but there's not much else stock about it. Look at those PM wheels. Whoa! The comments. I could listen to that all day long. I think we got a close call here between you and your buddy. Two great sounding Yamahas. Thanks so much for showing me Yamaha RDs like you have never seen before. You never know what you're going to see here at Two Stroke Bike Week.
Right there.
And isn't this cool? He's got a camera behind it. Here I am right here. How about it? A camera back there. That's modern technology on this RD. Beautiful, beautiful bike. They've really eliminated frame flex too with all the gussets and welding, but some of the biggest upgrades on these bikes have to be the rear disc brake. These things stop the way that riders in the 70s and 80s could only dream of. Nice job, guys. All right, guys, here we go. Ronnie Bill. Oh, yeah. Where's my Yamaha RD fan? Those are great bikes. Gotta love that sound, guys. That's a cool pair of bikes you won't see anywhere else. Now, I'll be the first to tell you, I love stock bikes. I love them just how they came from the factory. It really sparks up nostalgia. It's how the collectors want them as well. It's how to maximize value. But I will also say there's something so neat about watching the individual touches and the custom work they do on these bikes to improve the handling and improve the braking. Now, speaking of how much these bikes are worth, would you believe there's a man out there that lets his H2 750, a 72, sit outside in the winter in Pennsylvania? Let's meet him. the smile when you twist that, huh? How's it smell?
It smells good, man. I love it. I love it. It turns perfect.
Hard not to smile when you twist the throttle on an H2 750. Beautiful bike.
Thank you.
Is that the first time you've seen an H2 750?
One more time, sorry, sir?
Is that the first time?
Yes, the first time.
What do you think?
So fucking crazy.
Where are you from?
I love it. French Caribbean with my friend.
Hello. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you,
Enchanté.
sir. Enchanté.
Enchanté.
Yes.
Oh, look at that clean machine coming in. Tough year Mother Nature wise. Joe, if there's one thing I've learned, it's motorcycles and rain do not mix well, do they? Hopefully it's just a brief shower. I told you they've come from far and wide. Where are you guys from?
French Caribbean.
How about
Yeah.
welcome? They have come from
Thank you so
far
much,
and
sir.
wide. Motorcycle paradise over here. That's pretty cool. We've got people here from all over the world. Now, moments ago, I mentioned the H2 that stays outside in the winter. If you didn't believe me, let's talk to the man himself. And yes, it is a 72, a first-year H2. Jeff, I got to give you a big shout out because last year, I couldn't believe it. Some of these H2s, you know, they're just so preserved and finely kept and in living rooms, sometimes on kitchen tables, who knows. Yours stays outside, but I got to say it's looking a little cleaner this year. Did you decide to bring it inside?
No, it was,
No. Got to get you a garage. Can we get a GoFundMe for
I have a garage. It's full. I put it under a tarp over the winter, and it was damp. It sort of turned green.
Maybe a motorcycle sin, but I gotta say it's
So,
still here.
I had to scrub the mildew off of it.
God bless it, but it sounds great.
But hey, first start this year on Earth Day, it ran like a champ.
And it sounds wonderful.
Bodywork is off of 73, but it is a numbers correct 72.
Oh, that's a Harley headlight.
Yes, actually it is. It's a Harley aftermarket H4 headlight assembly. These are Mikuni 34 millimeter flat slides.
Mikuni 34 millimeters.
The motor's ported. The chambers are built for the porting.
Okay.
Putting 90 horsepower down to the dirt.
Okay. There's a lot on this bike that makes it one of a kind too. We got 34 millimeter Mikuni carburetors. We move up here, we've got a Suzuki headlight bucket with a Harley bulb. So how about that? Harley and Suzuki parts on an H2. Oh, I think we all need to pitch in and find that man some storage. Hey, Supermoto bike here. I told you a little bit of something for everybody. How about a 75 Yamaha RD250, all original. Oh, look at this classic, guys. 1975 Yamaha RD250. Let's hear this.
Let's see if it'll crank by.
Let's see if it'll... Oh! Let's see that. Well, either you've been going to the gym or there's not that much compression, or maybe both.
It's a really good bike.
That's cool.
Really is, yeah.
That's cool. Let's see if we can hear that sweet throttle one time. Carry all the way from Louisiana. This thing is mint.
Yeah.
Restored, original?
Yeah, totally restored.
Okay,
Totally
give me the
restored.
story on this.
Well, I didn't build it, but somebody else did.
That's okay.
So I can't take all the creds on it, but it's a totally restored bike. We're it's a little rice burner. Just get out there and rip and roll on it. So we're having fun.
Did you have trouble sourcing parts?
I didn't build it, so
Okay.
actually another guy commissioned to build.
Okay.
So we did. I talked him out of it. So
All right.
money talks.
Here's a question for
Yes.
you. Stock, original bike like that, does anybody say, you're crazy to take it to the Dragon?
No, not at all. We call it the dude magnet. So all
A lot
the
of them are.
guys, yeah. So I'll pull up and all the guys come swarming, right?
Don't hide them, ride them.
Yes, sir.
You know, we've talked so much about the big 750 and the 500. It's cool to see the small bore bikes up here too. So two-cylinder, two-stroke.
Yep.
Some might say not enough power, but I say for these conditions and these tight turns, probably the perfect bike for around here,
As
right?
fast as you want to go. Yes.
Amen.
Lot of
Beautiful
fun.
bike. Gotta love it, guys. Piece of history, Yamaha RD 250. So aside from the smell, the sound, the power band, why are these bikes so beloved and so missed by many? Well, remember, they were much simpler, much more cost effective. There's less parts, there's no valves, there's no cams. What that means is a lot of these guys could rebuild top ends in their garage, even if you're a shade tree mechanic. Can't always say that with 4-strokes, that's for sure. But there is a group of individuals that just craves the simplicity that these 2-strokes would bring. And plus, the power band is unmatched. 4-stroke technology is off the charts, but I think most would agree out there, there's nothing like getting on the pipe, getting into that sweet spot, that wild power band on a 2-stroke. Thank you, man. Please introduce yourself again to YouTube land over here.
My name's Mike Long. I'm one of the representatives from this group here.
Awesome.
And we have made up special 25th anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
Kickstand pucks for
Okay.
this, to commemorate this.
I thought maybe that was for an adult beverage or something. Also,
It can be for that too,
I like it.
all right? But we got them in 3 different colors. We want to make sure you got one of each.
Well, thank you so much. And guys, here's what I want to tell you. I travel far and wide. I was at Mecum in Vegas and I heard people talking about this event. Get here if you can. Every year. We're doing it next year. Date's already set, 26. So get here, guys. Deals Gap Motorcycle Resort. It's awesome. I see a ZX14 here. Yes, we do. Well, here's something really cool, guys. Looks like a race bike. Look at the Gulf oil livery over here. 98 Aprilia. It is a 2-stroke. We do got a plate on it. There are some creative ways to get around that. Let's get the story. Keith, I spotted this one a mile away. I'm like, what the heck is it? Looks like we're going to the Daytona 200. And you got it street legal. That is so cool. Tell me about this beast.
I bought this off of Craigslist years ago
okay.
from San Francisco. It was...
Wait, you went to San Francisco?
I had it shipped.
Okay,
Had it
that's
shipped.
a lot of faith and
Yes.
a lot of Craigslist trust.
Exactly. And it was...
If a guy from Zimbabwe ever asks you for 10 grand, don't do it. Don't
Exactly.
do it.
And the bike was a true race bike. It was trashed. In tons of pieces, and so I took it all apart and new body work, paint, powder coat, and the motor was rebuilt, he said, and it was true. Just had to do the carbs over and the bike runs like a monster.
Well, you've got the most modern 2-stroke here. You feel like that gives you an advantage up here?
Yes, definitely. It's the best bike I've owned, probably 50 different bikes.
That says a lot.
And this is the best bike I've ever had. It's the funnest bike.
That says a lot.
Yeah.
What are, I can see already the disc brakes, the swing arm, the chassis, the handling, the aluminum chassis. Motor-wise, what are some of the advantages of a modern 2-stroke here?
It's water-cooled. Also, the motor is a Suzuki RG 250. Aprilia didn't make their own motors back then.
Okay.
So they sort of outsourced them.
Okay.
So when I get parts, it's a Suzuki.
But it was sold like that?
Yes. Yep. It was sold like that.
Where were they available typically?
Well, these, they sent 50 over in 98 for a circuit to race. And then they make a road version too, with the lights, turn signals, brakes. You can still pick them up. They made them all the way probably into the teens. Obviously not available in the United States due to EPA. You can find them in Europe. Came through Canada, a lot of them. But it weighs about 280 pounds, 62 horsepower.
Handful, firecracker. All right, $1 trillion Craigslist question.
Yeah.
Can I hear this, baby?
Sure. Let's do it.
Oh, here we go, guys. Let's hear that Aprilia. Let's put her in neutral, baby. 98 Aprilia. You get it, baby. Your bike definitely sounds a lot different than these vintage 2-strokes.
Definitely.
Let's hear that baby again. That is such a cool motorcycle. Looks like the jetting's on point back here too. sight and a cool motorcycle hangout. A little GT 250 fix. What are we doing over here, guys?
We're donating some fuses.
We're doing
I like to bring a little bit of everything just in case.
Smart.
We're going to start with a 20 amp fuse. Take it from there. From the thickness of that wire, it could probably handle 20 amp. So,
well, the good news for you, sir, is you had a mishap in the right place. You got a lot of helpful motorcycle brothers here.
Yeah,
best guys around.
They're helping old Kentucky boy out.
Here's a 20. Wired that together without any heat.
Had no heat.
No gain, tree of shame, and a lot of pain. Always great to see Judd. Judd, thank you so much for being a part of this event, keeping it going. Even with suspect weather this year, this place is still jam-packed, which I think is absolutely awesome. You bring up a good point, though. We love these bikes. We don't see anybody getting any younger. What do we got to do to bring the kids out?
Where are they at? Where's the younger generation with this group?
Are they watching their device?
Let's go.
You guys can watch the device and play video games, but come out and twist that throttle a little bit too, right?
Who's going to take the two strokes into the next generation?
That
is
would
my
be-
question.
That'd be cool.
So, first of all, it never rains in a motorcycle resort. Liquid sunshine.
Liquid sunshine.
So,
well said.
yeah. Where's it at? Is there somebody out there that can keep the two-stroke tradition going? Is it all electric? Is it not at all? Is it mini bike? Where is it? We see a little bit of both, but Mike, like you said, where are we going here?
Yeah, love it or hate it, electric's definitely coming. We're going to see more and more and more of those. And it's very fast, so I give a nod to all the great technology out there, but nothing's going to sound like a two-stroke, right?
Smell like a two-stroke,
Smell
move like a two-stroke.
The only thing you're going to hear going up the hill, as you said, is the chain moving on
it.
those electric bikes.
That's it. Hey, and again, like you said, nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with it.
But let's keep this thing going. This is too cool to let it fuzz out.
Well, speaking of keeping it going, I've been doing a lot of traveling this year, as you know. I was out in Mecum Motorcycle Auction in Vegas. There were people talking about this event.
Yep.
So if anybody's watching this far and wide, different countries, what's the best way to secure their spot at Deals Gap Motorcycle Resort?
Well, first of all, you need to get in touch with the group, of course. Jeff handles all the internal reservations. We've turned this motel over to these guys for 25 years now, and they've been great. But you need to know what's going on. They've got a list of people that are obviously first come, first serve. However, they handle that stuff. They're a great group. We take care of them. They take care of us. So get in touch with the group. If you're not with them and you want to come and join and sightsee, you can do that, of course. We're happy to have you if you want to camp here, if you want to stop in for the day, whatever you need to do. So dealsgap.com will put you in the right direction. And then, of course, Jeff Goldblatt with the Two-Stroke Group can get you dialed in.
It is such a cool, memorable place. Please come join us if you can. You won't regret it. I may even have some Cycle Drag stickers for you. Asking you shall receive, my friend. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're here. And remember, if you can't join us and you want stickers, every shirt order comes with stickers. Check out CycleDragShop.com. You can get that shirt right there, and we'll also throw in some stickers for you. CycleDragShop.com. Now, let's see what else we can find, because we're not finished yet. Guys, we have quite the pair here. This old school Kawasaki next to this beautiful Suzuki GT 380. Oh my gosh, look at the exhaust too. What is that? Wow, old school exhaust. Great motorcycle, sir. Nice to see you here again. Tell me about this awesome bike.
Okay, which one? Both of them?
Yeah, that's right. You got a pair. Which one do we start with? That's the
This one
question.
I just picked up 2 days ago after I got up here from my brother.
Where'd you find it?
Over in Sevierville, actually Wares Valley. After I got up here for the meet, I picked this up 2 days ago from my brother. It's a 1973 G5 Kawasaki 100cc.
If you don't mind me asking, did you get a good deal?
I don't want to tell you how much I paid for it because I might get shot.
Okay. Oh, so it was. So the guy knew what he had.
It was my brother, so you know, hey, it was a deal.
Gotta love it, guys. Gotta love it. The brotherly deal. Very cool.
Just don't tell all my Suzuki pals I bought a Kawasaki, okay?
All right, we won't tell you. Now, tell me about this one here.
This is a 1974 GT 380. It is pretty much all factory. Got a little bit of work done to it. Got K2 Tech chambers on it, 3 into 3s. Got a little bit of port work done to it. Has a electric. Sorry.
It's all right.
Doesn't have points anymore. It's got electronic ignition on it.
Okay, now can we hear one or both of these babies run?
I can crank up both of them.
Woo, let's do it. We'll take you way back with this old school Kawasaki 100. Now, what if your brother says during Thanksgiving dinner he wants it back?
Too late.
1974 Suzuki GT 380 in fine condition with some pretty cool exhaust. Can't wait to hear it. Here we go. Whoa! Are you destroying the environment?
Yes, I am.
Oh my goodness, he's doing it proudly. We don't want to offend anybody. Here's what I gotta say though, compared to other pollutants out there, how much does a two-stroke motorcycle really hurt the environment? I mean,
I don't know, because I leave the smoke behind me.
I'm biased. We better not get into that discussion because some of you are far, far more educated. I'm all for saving the planet and everything. I want to save these two-strokes as well, though. Come on. Can we please, Greta, can we save the two-strokes, please? We love them. There's that Gamma. Suzuki RG 500 Gamma, incredibly collectible, wasn't offered in the United States. Oh, and what do you do with a $40,000 collectible motorcycle? You take it to the Dragon and you hammer it. Nice bike, Joe. And if you have not weighed in yet down below on the H2 versus Gamma debate, please do so. Which one would you rather own and why if I was going to give you one? The H2 or the RG 500? Tough choice. 1974 Suzuki GT 250. Sir, I think this bike has a certain smell. What do you think?
I can smell it. So that's not you, it's the bike. Right?
Oh, man. That's great. You the original owner?
What's that?
Are you the original owner?
No, I'm the second owner.
Oh, not bad for 74.
That's pretty good, over 50 years.
How much fun is this bike?
Let's see.
Looks like the gauges, you might need a little work on the gauges
I'm
there.
gonna send those off. These guys just gave me a
say, as long as you can see, we want you to know how fast you're going.
10,000 miles. And these guys here, they're so great. They just gave me a line on a guy that could repair that.
Very cool.
Because these guys know everything about two-strokes.
Yes, they do. We'll say
everything there is to know.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Enjoy. Yeah, he's right about that certain smell. And you know, I do believe experts say scent is the strongest sense tied to memory, which is why so many sweet, sweet memories come back for many of us when we smell that glorious, glorious two-stroke. Like I said, I hope Google is working on something where we can pass that smell off into your living room right now. You'd love it. If you've ever ridden a two-stroke or ridden behind a two-stroke, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Marriotts have a certain smell, a certain air freshener. Well, the air freshener of choice this week at Deals Gap Motorcycle Resort is two-stroke smoke. Look at this beautiful water buffalo. This is the Suzuki GT 750. First liquid-cooled motorcycle out of Japan. This thing is awesome, absolutely. We're low on two-stroke oil. Uh-oh. What type of oil do you run?
Only the best.
What are you running, Pennzoil?
That's all I run.
Okay. What do you run?
Yamalube.
Yamalube.
That's what's going in it.
I was gonna say. Worry about mixing two-stroke oil?
No, well, Yamalube is all I've ever used since I was 16 years old, so that's what's going to go
That's
in
what I
it.
was wondering. What do you think about mixing the oil? Don't some say you could foul plug if you mix different oils?
If you mix different oils?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, like if you were to put that Pennzoil right on top of his Yamalube.
It wouldn't hurt a thing.
Wouldn't hurt a thing.
Mineral oil with mineral oil, you should be fine.
Okay.
You mix mineral oil with some of the synthetics, you might end up with cottage cheese in your oil.
Ooh,
tank.
we don't want that.
No.
Here comes the Yamalube.
But
Yamalube in a Cowie though.
It's good stuff.
Where's the Bellray? Where's the caster? Where's the clots?
clots is the worst stuff you can put in the tank.
You think so?
It's hydroscopic.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why it's low.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
The line came off.
Whoa. Good catch. How long has that been off?
That's interesting. We would have found out here real quick when I filled it up.
Yeah, we would have.
Oh, man.
Aren't you glad you didn't take it for a ride?
I am, you know what? That could have been bad.
Now,
And
the nice thing is
that wasn't a
sight-
setup, was it?
No, that sight glass is this far off the bottom of the tank, so we still had oil.
Okay, good. Still had oil. Thank the Lord. I'm gonna put a little Yamalube in that.
Thanks, sir. Very well.
Good stuff.
Now we'll be spilling it.
It's not, and that is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing. That is beautiful.
Here. Oh, you know what? It came off
Probably when you put the cover.
when I pulled the cover off. This was sticking out.
Yeah.
That's why it came off. So it was still glowing too. It was still.
So we weren't without oil for long.
We were without oil.
Oh, good. Very good.
That tube came off when I pulled this side cover off.
Ah, good. Disaster averted. Whoa, what do we have here? What was that knock, knock, knock? That sounded pretty, it sounded like steel.
Yeah. It's not a reproduction.
That's cool. Ain't no that's part no rust.
No rust.
Mark, always good to see you.
Good to see you, Jack.
I loved your bike last year, and this year you said, no. I have dozens of bikes. I brought another one. What is this crazy creation we're looking at now?
I started this about 20 years ago when I first started the project, and it's a very modified 74 RD 350 converted from air-cooled to liquid-cooled, and then it just snowballed.
Tell me about some of the things you've done to it, because, I mean, you're one heck of an engineer. Drag racing would love you, because you remind me of a drag racer. You're innovating over here. Tell me about some of the things you've done to this.
Well, the first thing I did was I put liquid-cooled Canadian cylinders on it. So they did 4 LOs, which were pre-RZ but post-air-cooled. So it's a non-power valve liquid-cooled top end. And it bolts onto the air-cooled cases. And I heard about this 20-something years ago, and I finagled a set of Canadian cylinders because they never sold them here. And I tried it, and it test-fitted onto the motor. And then I found out it wasn't that uncommon of a mod. But then I ported it, went with big pipes, went with electronic ignition, programmable CDI. Then I broke the frame, the engine mounts on the back. I broke them like 3 times, so I had to change the frame out. So then I had to do better brakes. And then I wound up with an FCR 600 front end on it. Then I wound up with an FCR 400 R swing arm on the back because it would wheelie all the damn time. So it's 4 inches longer than stock. And then it's a snowball, just a project. So
That's a great name for it, the Snowball. I like it.
Actually, is referred to as the white bike of death because it's the only bike I've ever wrecked on, and I've crashed on it twice. And the first time was here at 2015.
Yikes! We don't have any parts in the tree up there, do we?
No,
Okay.
no. I saved them all till I put them back on the bike.
Yeah, expensive parts.
They are.
but most of them are hand done. Like I CNC, it's easy water pump. I made the rear sets. I did all the machining for all the modifications. It's a lot. It's a lot to go. I could go on forever, but it's there's literally not one stock part on this bike.
I love it. So last year I asked you the $1 million question. Can we hear it run?
Sure.
Oh, you're the man.
Like the liquid cooled RD.
The liquid cooled RD, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
All right, don't disappoint me, baby.
Whoa, first. Wow, man. That thing sounds tuned to the nines. Shoo.
That's pretty good.
I bet it's hard to keep the front wheel down, huh?
Now with the long swing arm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's there for a reason.
Gorgeous bike.
Thank you, I appreciate it. So this little cubby down at the bottom, everybody thinks it's where the battery is, because a lot of choppers have it here. But since this is a premix bike,
oil injected.
No, it's not oil injected. That's where I carry my premix oil.
Ah, very cool.
So I don't have to carry it in my jacket anymore.
Yes, sir. No leakage, no worries.
Yeah.
This motorcycle is definitely one of a kind.
3D printed intake boot. I designed that and had that printed out of field-proof material, so you could run large carbs and still have the velocity into the intake.
Well, we know from a value standpoint, everybody wants everything stock and original, but you as an engineer and all these cool things that you can do, does it give you great satisfaction and gratification to make this stuff work?
Oh yeah, I love this. This thing's great. It's like the longest relationship I've ever had in my life is with this bike. So, you know, and my dad, but you know.
Motorcycle relationships, gotta love them, guys, and boy, he has really made this one his own. Look at the Scott steering stabilizer upside down. That's actually off a TL1000. Wow. Great job, Mark. You got to let me know your comments down below, guys, your thoughts. That's what's great about these videos. That's what's so cool, is you're going to see stuff that you won't see anywhere else. This is a one of one. It's one off. You've never seen one like this, and that's why you got to subscribe if you like what we're doing here, because I'm going to keep searching far and wide for the coolest, unique bikes. Man, Mark, we got some cool ones here over here. Tell me what we're looking at.
Tin Steel's RZ 350. He's out of Virginia.
Yes, he is.
And then this is the Phoenix Project, which you guys talked about last year.
Such a beautiful bike with the purple haze racing components.
Also Tim Steele's. And then his 75 350B.
Beautiful bike. And then over here we got
these are Carl Jones owns both these RST 350s. This one he's been riding around quite a bit. It's relatively stock. This one's got a little porting to it and some ignition work done to it. A little faster.
Beautiful motorcycle. It is not the Kenny Rogers bike. This one actually the Kenny Roberts bike. John, this is some serious business right here, huh?
It's not for the faint at heart.
Now, John, I heard there was paving up here. Road looks pretty good, though.
Yeah, so we're actually on a patch right now. They're early on, the preliminary stuff. They're raising the level of the road a little bit before they come back over with the final layer. But these guys are doing great.
You got to be careful up there. You got to be careful in the parking lot. Uh-oh, we got a bagger down. He lost his bagger. That's okay. We'll help him out. Good looking stickers, guys. Yamaha power to the front. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Jack.
Joe, you are the man. Looking good. See me at the races, guys. I'll get you stickered up. If not, every shirt order on CycleDragShop.com comes with stickers. 84 RZ 350. And sir, we're changing out the tack?
Yep, changing out the tack. It's broken.
Very cool. Well, does that mean you took it to the red line one too many times?
Maybe.
Awesome. I love it. What's your name?
Carl.
Where are you from?
Birmingham, Alabama.
Beautiful motorcycle, man. Enjoy your new tack. I told you they will work on them right here and get them tuned up, ready to go. It is a great spot for sure. Love this event. We got to catch up with our man Carl Zavoni too. Haven't seen him yet. I told you how value continues to skyrocket. Well, take a look at this 1976 KH500. It's got a very sentimental story regarding this event, and would you believe it was purchased for $75? Not kidding. So $75, always good to see the Zavoni family here. Now, we better preface this by saying that was $75 how many years ago?
22.
Okay, still not bad though. How'd you find such a steal on this thing? This piece of history.
It was in the local paper.
Gosh.
And after some negotiating and his wife needed the garage cleaned out, we came to a $75 agreement. So.
Oh my God. I bet you wouldn't let it go for that now, huh?
Nope.
That's safe to say.
And guess what? It's not even my bike now.
What?
Yep.
You sold it?
Nope.
You gave it to your son?
Gave it to my son.
Where's he at? How about that?
Next generation Kawasaki triple.
Well, this is a special story. I want to talk about how sentimental this bike is, because for those who do not remember you were in our video last year. You're very instrumental in organizing this event, setting up this event. And you're telling me this is really the bike that got you started up here.
Absolutely.
Tell me how that came about.
I bought it in 2002, and I'd been out of the triples for a while. I still had some rollers and some parts and whatnot, but this came up in the paper when I bought it. I started doing some research on the internet when it was in its infancy, and I found Kawasaki triples worldwide. And when I did, I found out that they were having a meet here in the Carolina mountains. So in 3 weeks, I put the motor together. I was up here riding it.
And how about that? You still got it, and it's in the family. Young man, you got to tell me, what's this mean to have Dad's bike? I know Dad sold a lot of bikes, so the fact that he kept it and gave it to you, that says a lot.
Yeah, I'll never get rid of it. It's something that he didn't mention. When me and my brother were 11, it was the first bike we rode on the road.
Oh boy.
We rode plenty of dirt bikes, but this was the first street bike that we rode.
How about that? And so I can't imagine what it's like. My dad had an S2 350, and that was the first street bike I ever rode. And I'm gonna tell you what, these Kawasaki triples, once power band kicks in, look out, right?
Yeah. And it had been very reliable for about 20 years. And then it quit up here.
Uh-oh.
A couple years ago.
Uh-oh. So unfortunately it quit up here.
Yeah.
And
this year, my son was bound and determined to bring it up here running, and we didn't quite make it up here running. So we got up here, we were working on it Sunday night, and I have to give a big shout out to Rick's Electric. Rick's Electric is now making these ignition systems for these bikes.
Good stuff. They've been good to us.
And others.
Very cool.
And they actually overnighted an ignition system so we could get the bike running.
How about that? It's like a drag race over here. Overnighting parts. I love it, Carl. Very cool.
So big shout out to Rick's Electric for doing that for us.
You're the man.
We really appreciate it.
So after that story, we gotta hear it. And Dad wisely puts the young buck on to kickstart it. Oh! How many miles on it? 26,000. Wow. That's cool, man. Very cool. Carl, what's the story behind the paint?
Well, the story behind the paint is it's been painted, obviously not a factory color. I bought it in this paint set, and the only thing I did was add some stickers, not Kawasaki, but I had stickers made for it to give it a little bit more flair.
Beautiful.
And it's kind of a custom one-off.
It is, man. Well, I love the fact that you brought that bike, and then more than anything, too, I love the fact that this event is still going strong. You guys outlasted Mother Nature this year. I continue to hear a great buzz. We got tons of views on our YouTube videos that we've done the last 2 years here. What's the feedback you're getting from the group here?
We're seeing a lot of new faces and a lot of outside interest, people we haven't met before, haven't talked to before, but it's been great. I've had several people come up to me this week and just tell me, hey, we saw it on YouTube.
That is so cool.
Had to show up.
So for everybody watching on YouTube, if they want to get involved, if they want to be here, 26th annual Deals Gap Motorcycle Resort in Deals Gap, North Carolina at the Dragon, what is the best way for them to get involved?
Well, the best way is get a reservation somewhere near here. there are a lot of places you can stay at near the resort. And basically we kind of block out the resort for the board members. You can do that too if you want to get on the Kawi2stroke.com board and forum, so they get posted there.
Very cool. Well, we look forward to next year, Carl. I know it's going to be awesome. This year was as well.
The mosquito killers.
What a great event. What a great time. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching. And please, let's light up that comment section with your favorite stories, favorite bikes. Also, check out the videos we did the last 2 years. There's one of them, Two-Stroke Bike Week, and also the best two-stroke bike week yet. Well, guys, what a day. What an experience. Love hanging out with this great group of guys. Love this scenery. Love that wonderful, wonderful two-stroke smell. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you can join us in person next year. Be a part of the 26th annual Two-Stroke Bike Week here at Deals Gap Motorcycle Resort. You will not regret it. Like I said, even if you stay off-site and you come here for the festivities, we can't wait to meet you. Make sure you check out all of my other two-stroke videos. We were here the last 2 years, and plus, you'll want to smash subscribe because we got a lot of great stuff coming. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you like that video, here's another one for you. Subscribe right in the middle, and you know if there's anything fast motorcycles, especially H2 two-strokes, we're in. Cycle Drag rolls on.